If you're wondering what transit was like back in the 1800s, today you're going to find out. We're taking a trip up to Barkerville and riding the stagecoach, which is actually a replica of the original stagecoach that used to run in that area. And now the horses, the guy who run this thing, are very interesting people. They've also given rides to very interesting people, and you're going to learn about that and so much more on CKPG Today. Welcome to the streets of Barkerville, of course, filled with history, and part of that history is, of course, horses, the stagecoach, how people got to Barkerville way back when. And today we are reliving that experience with Mr. Tingley. Great to see you. Yeah.
You as well.
Yeah, thank you. So tell me a little bit about yourself here. You help run the horses and the stagecoach operation.
Yeah, you betcha. Today we have Misty and Molly hooked up. This is their first summer in Barkerville. We're pretty excited to see them grow. And yes, we do stagecoach rides 5 days a week from 10 o'clock till 4:30 every day.
And you've been working here for a long time, on and off a little bit, you said, but...
Yeah, I started here in 2004, and it's been a great little career.
I was going to say, like, how do you stumble upon this?
Honestly, I was driving through Williams Lake and seen a billboard sign with stagecoach and horses in Barkerville. So I pulled on in here and got hired that day, so it was great.
Wow, and is it as fulfilling as it seems? I mean, it seems like back in the day when you compare a modern vehicle to stagecoach, it seems like a rough ride, but how much do you enjoy it?
It's absolutely wonderful. Every day gives you goosebumps. You meet people from all over the world who don't get the opportunity to see us draft horse, never mind ride an authentic stagecoach behind draft horses, so it's absolutely lovely to be on the creek.
And now, yeah, I bet you're probably pretty thankful not to be going from like Barkerville to Quesnel or Fort George. Instead, you're just kind of around the town of Barkerville.
Yes, exactly. Our trip goes every half hour on the hour, and it's a 1 mile trip through the streets of Barkerville.
Awesome. Okay, now what are some of your favorite parts about taking the horses around, fun places you like to point out to people? Do you have any of those?
Places to go around, definitely the businesses of Barkerville, and then seeing interpreters work with the public is absolutely wonderful. The horses come through, people are smiling, it's great. Lots of photos.
I'll ask you this, because of course you're talking about these guys' first summer here. How does a horse have to behave? Like, is it a certain way to be a good stagecoach horse?
Yeah, so when we're prepping them at home, we run them through on obstacle courses with pool noodles, umbrellas, different noises that people might make. In today's modern technology, we have speakers that we can use, and we can mimic dogs barking, kids screaming, all kinds of things to mentally prep them for Barkerville.
Of course, you got to have them ready for anything.
Yes, you betcha.
Do you have any tips for people that want to get a ride when they come to Barkerville? Probably get your tickets early?
Yes, get your tickets early. We do sell out most days. Come up by the blacksmith shop and the bakery and Wake Up Jake. We're right in that area, and it's come see us right away.
Perfect. A little bit about the stagecoach itself.
Yes.
This thing is probably older than you've been here, I think, eh?
Actually, no. So this stagecoach is a replica of what they used back in the day. It's still hung on leather suspension like it was back in the day. So heavier the ride, the smoother the ride.
Okay.
And this stagecoach, I believe, showed up here in 2007.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And the alignment, the wheels, how does it work? How does it turn? Because it's kind of funky compared to what people would think.
It is. It's a fifth wheel steering, and this whole contraption, the neck yoke and the pole at the front is how we steer. So I have lines in my hands. When I pull left, they move to left, which then takes the whole pole and steers the stagecoach.
Should I skip lunch so I'm not too heavy for the horses?
They'll be just fine pulling you.
Okay.
It's a pretty easy job for them.
Okay, what should I be thinking about when I'm in the stagecoach?
When you're in a stagecoach, just try and set your mindset. You know, dust, bugs, rain, cold. You got no air conditioning, you got no heating, you got no radio, and you just got to wait till the next roadhouse stop to use the washroom.
Okay, well, we'll get set up here. I'm going to use the little boys' room, and then we'll head on the stagecoach. Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Let's roll.
All right, the stagecoach is just starting here. This is a smooth ride, Charles Hankin?
Yes, I would hope so.
Yes.
It's a very well-built coach, and so it does have a nice shock system that helps us ride out the bumps. But as you can imagine, after a 7-day trek up through the Caribou on this thing, even these little bumps might get to be a bit much for you.
Yeah, you start getting a
bouncing
sore
to
neck.
and fro, as
Yeah.
we say.
Dude, this is deluxe, right, for the time?
Absolutely. This is a fine stagecoach.
And now, how many people got to Barkerville on stagecoach versus just a pack horse? Like, there's a mix of both, right?
Yes, absolutely. The majority of people probably would have walked here because
Walked, not even a horse.
Not even a horse. You know, a horse is a very expensive thing to house and to feed. You mentioned a pack animal, so if someone does have a horse, they would probably be using it in order to pack their wares and their goods and their belongings, their tools up this way while they walk alongside the horse. If you can afford it, of course, you would purchase a ticket on a stagecoach ride. It's hard for us to say exactly how many people came up here on stagecoach because so many people were coming and going. It is about as difficult as it is for us to pinpoint the population of this area.
Of course.
So many people were coming and going.
Yeah,
So but I would say thousands probably, and thousands more would have walked.
I'm enjoying this original Greyhound bus system.
Oh yes, absolutely. You can't quite fit as many as you can on your Greyhound bus.
No, even those are obsolete.
I know, yes.
Right?
Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV.
Would you say, Charles Hankin, the feedback you get from people all summer long, this has got to be one of their favorite parts of it?
Many people love coming on the stagecoach. Many people love, going for a ride and seeing what it would have been like, experiencing. Gives you that experience of going back in time, and along with people wanting to go gold panning, see the theater show, see the water wheel, those sorts of things. But the stagecoach is one of those quintessential experiences. And even if you're not going to go for a ride on the stagecoach, seeing it go past you is remarkable.
Yes, that's true. It's magical.
Absolutely.
Look at all the kids. Yeah.
Oh yes, we've
Hello.
got kids here today. Good day, folks.
Good day.
Yes, we're in our school season now, so all sorts of people are visiting from all across British Columbia.
You know, my favorite part about the stagecoach is when you see it go by, instantly you get jealous. How do I get on that?
Oh, absolutely. That's what I think. How do I rest my legs for an hour? And, well, it's not even an hour long. When people come in your day, they're looking at probably a 20-minute ride through Barkerville.
Okay, so take a little period, maybe after lunch, grab a sandwich from the bakery. And
absolutely, and rest your legs, sit back, enjoy the ride. You can even sit up where the driver is. Good day, Miss Wilson. Good day, folks. Yes.
Do you have any fun facts about the stagecoach, Charles?
Well, the Barnard's Express stagecoach actually started out, Francis Barnard was the originator of that. He started out by walking the mail from Yale to Richfield on foot. So that was before the road came through, and then when it did,
and people are hard on Canada Post. Come on.
Exactly. You're going to be waiting weeks, probably even months, for your mail to arrive. We do have newspapers that come to us from all around the world, but by the time they reach us, they're 6 months to a year out of date. But Francis Barnard started the stagecoach line, and it ran for several decades. It was so successful that many other stagecoach lines based their operations upon the systems that Francis Barnard had created. And so he worked hard to make as efficient a stagecoach line as possible. I believe the fastest ride from New Westminster, from Fort Victoria was 4 days. That is running 24 hours a day, the entire time. Fresh horses, fresh drivers. So you're in the coach for 4 days straight, and every few stops, you're going to be swapping out horses and drivers. They were trying to break a record.
Yes.
And so they got here as quickly as they can. That, I believe it was 4 days.
Yeah. And of course, you can only use it when there's no snow. You can't do this when there's...
Oh, well,
you could try, I guess.
You could try. And I do know that, people were out, with large, heavy things to try and smooth out the road in the winter, pack down the snow. People would be out with shovels. You'd probably be riding on a sleigh. But even then, it's very difficult in the winters.
I love this. Part of the experience here at Barkerville Town and Historic Park. This is great, Stu. People wondering, you want to come out for some of the biggest days of the year, including Dominion Day, the Midsummer Autumn Moon Festival. Did I get that right?
Yes, the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival. That's what it's called.
There you go.
That is happening August 22nd, and the week before that we have the Indigenous Peoples Celebration.
Yes.
And that is the 11th annual of that event occurring here in Barkerville. We're very excited.
I love Dominion Day. I'm partial to that.
I do.
The pole climbing.
The
and
games. There's, a parade. We have pipers that come in from Cornellmouth, and they tour us up the street. So we do have a lot of fun. And we have a special showing of the Theatre Royal that day at 4 o'clock.
I like it. I'm enjoying this original Greyhound bus system.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You can't quite fit as many as you can on your Greyhound bus.
No, even those are obsolete.
I know, yes.
Right?
Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a big shout out to Mr. Tingley for taking us on the journey here, of course. And he has some cool history himself. He drove around Stephen Harper a couple times by the sounds of it. And Will and Kate too.
Yes.
So,
yes.
some
Very
more.
popular man he is.
Yeah. I guess I better pay up. You think he takes debit?
Well, we get off the coach and run away as quickly as possible. No, we don't do that. In Barkerville, we'll take any form of currency. We'll take gold, we'll take Vatican Scooty, we'll take Swiss francs, we'll take British pounds, Canadian dollars, and we'll even take your modern plastic money.
It's pretty comfy, I gotta say.
Oh, yes. Oh, I could fall asleep here. All that bumping around, put you to sleep.
It's kind of comforting.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's like being in the womb. There you go. You fall asleep, have a little nap. I'll keep you safe from the stagecoach robbers.
Thank you.
Yes.
Tired of missing the good stuff? Let CKPG Today come to you. Our new weekly email newsletter delivers local stories, contests, and can't-miss moments from the show straight to your inbox. No digging through social media anymore. It's free, it's easy, and it's very local. Sign up now at ckpgtoday.ca or by scanning the QR code on your screen now.
2026 is a big year for the community of Vanderhoof, British Columbia, and we are celebrating, like folks in the community, by telling the history of that community. We're going to be doing that on CKPG TV here on Canada Day. We've learned some very interesting facts over our time doing research, between the fact that Vanderhoof had a giant grain elevator at one time. The guy who invented the hockey visor is actually from Vanderhoof. And here's the real catch. Did you know the summer of '69 was actually written about a summer in Vanderhoof, British Columbia? Those are some of the things that you'll learn coming up on Canada Day when we tell the story of a town called Vanderhoof, community built on rail, agriculture, and forestry, plus so much more. There are many elements. We're going to give you a preview of that here on the show today.
In 1926, Vanderhoof had just 350 residents. The Grand Trunk Pacific Railway serving as the main driver for population growth. But to uncover the true origins of Vanderhoof's name, we need to step back in time. Long before steel met soil, there were years of surveying, planning, and relentless effort. The vision took shape in 1904, a railway stretching from Winnipeg all the way to Prince Rupert.
The first instance we have of Vanderhoof being recorded on a map is in 1906 as a very small dot on a survey line. Herbert Vanderhoof was the one that actually said, this is where the town is going to be.
At the heart of that surveying story in the early 1900s is Herbert Vanderhoof. At this point in our region's history, the influence of the railway was virtually unmatched, placing immense power in the hands of those who shaped its path. Vanderhoof was among them, and he wasted little time putting that influence to use.
Herbert Vanderhoof was from Chicago. Most people think that Vanderhoof is maybe a Dutch town because of the last name, right? So Vanderhoof means from the farm in Dutch, which suits Vanderhoof, we're a farming community, but Herbert was from Chicago. He worked on the railway, and his job was to be a surveyor for town sites.
In fact, the original town site wasn't planned for where Vanderhoof actually stands today. Early plans placed it at Milne's Landing, 2 miles downriver on the Nechako to the east. A real estate company had even settled on a name there, Nechako City, chosen for its strategic location, linking the railway with already established trails to nearby communities like Quesnel. But that vision didn't have Herbert Vanderhoof's support, with his own investments tied to a different piece of land. He pushed for the town site to be moved, right to the location where, as you might have guessed, Vanderhoof ultimately took root.
I think it was about 40 families moved here in 1942, Mennonite people, and so my grandfather came here, and so that's part of where I was. Grew up, in the center of town. Kind of have walked the town. Later on, my parents bought a farm.
That Thiessen farm was in Prairiedale. Others ended up in Mapes or Braeside as crop-ready fields emerged, driven by the promise of what many still consider some of the best farmland in central British Columbia.
We're a valley, and we're a very fertile valley, one of the top agriculture areas in the province. And so people that came here to farm. That was their thing. Forestry was kind of a sub thing to keep the farm going.
While many grew crops, others raised cattle. In fact, you don't need to look very far in the auction house to find some of those original families.
Out where I live is called Prairiedale, so it's kind of the biggest part of the flat land in the north here, other than Peace River up that way. But yeah, so it's my grandpa came here in 1942. Then they were headed to go across Francois Lake, but when they saw the land here, they jumped off the train and stayed here.
While other mills have come and gone, Nechako Lumber just off Highway 16 has stood the test of time. Planer production got underway here in 1969, with the sawmill joining in 1972. More than half a century later, it remains a steady source of pride, helping support over 100 workers and their families, and carrying forward a key piece of the community's backbone.
Forestry is one of the higher paying jobs we have in this area, and it's one of the few jobs where you can make really good money and be home every night. So that's something that's really important to a lot of people and was important to me. We can run 300 boards a minute through our planer, and that's a continuous rate that we try to achieve all day long. It's probably double what we used to be able to do, say 10 or 15 years ago, but it's run rates you need to be able to achieve to be competitive, and technology plays a huge part in that.
Board by board, a new era of forestry has definitely taken shape, today driven by high-tech equipment, improving safety while also helping operations stay competitive. Gone are the days of homesteaders pushing through dense forest with handsaws, carving out farmland 1 acre at a time. A century later, the work looks very different.
With the number of mills that have been around here, forestry has been huge in this town. It's been the backbone of Vanderhoof. And that has been changing a little bit over time. There's other industries moving in, but it's still the main source of income for a lot of families around here.
A century later, the legacy of some of those early settlers are still easy to trace, even generations removed. Their roots run deep, woven into the families and stories that continue to define Vanderhoof today.
Our grandfather that came, and him and his brother came in 1912. And they just thought it wasn't much of farming then, but I still own that same quarter of land. And then my dad, that's all he did was farm all his life, and then we kind of just took over.
You were born right there in the old house?
Yeah. They just dumped the stuff up, and they found a little cabin there they lived on for a while, eh? But they come right from downtown England, and they dumped off here, and they never knew what mosquitoes were, so they were in for a shock right away.
Taking a look outside at our CKPG snapshot of the day from Don Dreyer, who captured this shot at Reed Lake on horseback. It's, of course, north of Prince George in the Nuco Lake neighborhood, if you're familiar with that. Beautiful shot here. It's one of those summer days that you just kind of soak in the rays and think, wow, we get to live in a great place. So thanks for sharing, Don. I hope maybe on horseback you could outrun the mosquitoes out there. Maybe that's one of the advantages. Anyways, folks, we would love to see your photos of your adventures this summer. Snapshot@ckpg.com is our email inbox. Hey there, got an idea or suggestion for the show? Reach out and connect through our social media or send us an email at letstalk@ckpgtoday.ca.
Everyone loves a great fishing story, right? Especially the ones that aren't true. Those are usually the best. The fish was so big, like you wouldn't believe it, right? Everyone's heard that from their uncle or their grandpa or whoever in their life that loves telling lies, essentially. Today we're telling you about a mystery lake. Now this is a fishing story of a fishing story back in history. You're gonna laugh when you see this on your screen.
Taking a look back to 1998, as the headline reads, Mystery Lake Stocked with Rainbow. Of course, meaning rainbow trout. This goes back to the Polar Coachman Fly Fishers Club, recently living up to its name because they flew 3,000 rainbow trout to a local lake which previously hadn't had game fish. The mystery here is where the club comes in. They're keeping quiet about which lake is being helped. Okay? So they didn't want to share the details until they knew the trout were going to be happy and healthy in this new old lake. Maybe it was called Zip Your Mouth Lake. Maybe. They definitely didn't tell anybody about this for a while. But club members spent more than 1,000 hours on this project. Pretty cool.
Gotta love that story. I was trying to look back in history and find out which lake this actually was, and I'm still unsure of exact location. I know it's probably along the lines of Zippermouth Lake, yeah, for sure. Anyways, I did want to give an ode and appreciation to a new addition to our set. You may have noticed it on the lamp here behind me. Pretty cool piece from the Northern BC Makers Station. This is a piece of wood they carved out for us on their CNC machine, their laser engraving system they have there as well with our logo. So a cool new addition to our set for sure, one that's going to last for many years. SNL's got nothing on us now. That's what they said, and I agree. So shout out to Belinda and the team there. We'll see you for more great stuff on the show tomorrow, folks. Bye for now.